Hi everyone, my name's Chris Jackson from Royce, and I'm just going to give you a bit of an introduction to the data system that we've been developing as part of the N-VEC project. So what you can see on the screen here is the user interface running just in a web browser here. What I'm showing you right now is the data screen, which we've got initially populated with just some example data. Don't pay too much attention to what the data is, just use for this demo. And I'm going to take you through some of the features. So first thing here is we have an initial branch. So this is being set up just with really basic set of data with one checkpoint on it that's got some simple data structures in there. And what I can show you is we've got different parameters, different kind of structures in there. If I go in here, I can click on the RPV, and I can get some of the data that's pulled from the system there. Then I can go in and change that value. So let's change the RPV height to 12.1 and update that there. So that's just showing I can change data in the database. What I can then do is create a new checkpoint on top of this data here. So if I go like this and click plus, I get a new checkpoint. Then on that new checkpoint, I can equally, perhaps I've got a new design change I want to put in. So I don't know, let's change the RPV height again to 12.2 this time. Click update. That's now saved into the database. However, the previous value is still there within the database, so that's on the previous checkpoint. So if I click on the previous checkpoint there, you can see I've got RPV height, and that's still at 12.1, the older value. So you can see you're able to keep track of changes in a nice, efficient way. What I can also do with this kind of branching structure is start to look at doing different type of work in parallel to each other. So what I might want to create here is a new branch off of this checkpoint here. So if I do that, let's create a performance branch. Sorry, let's call this performance 2. I've already got a branch on there called performance. Create that branch. That pops down. You can see I've got my second performance branch there. Maybe what I want to do within this structure here is to change a different value. So let's go to turbines. Change the efficiency of the turbine here. So I've got a new design. I'm going to change it to 39.1%. I update that there. At the same time, I might want to update the power, so change the efficiency of my turbine, so I now get more power. So if I click on power here, I can go in and edit that to 1100, update there. And then similarly, along this branch, I can create a new checkpoint. So perhaps I'm doing a bit of design development within my performance team or something like that. So I go along, create a new checkpoint that fixes that old branch there, that old checkpoint there in time. So that there now doesn't change, but I can continue to do a bit more work. So perhaps I want to do a slightly more complex change now. I want to actually add a different data structure within here. So I can do that here by perhaps if I go and add a model structure to the root. So if I go through a structure called models, and what I'm going to use this for is I'm going to create a subset of data that is used for some analysis. So I'm just going to have a model structure in here, which we'll call just structure. But then within that structure, I want a performance model. There, and I'm going to add a few existing parameters to that performance model structure there. So first of all, I need to create the actual structure, and then I'm going to add thermal power, which I can go and select. That already exists as a parameter within the BOM. So if I go in here and go into, I think it's in the reactor, that's my thermal power there, so select that. I can add in the electrical power, the net power, which was the other power that we just changed earlier, that was in there. just there, just like that. And also the turbine efficiency. Let's put that in there. Go and select that from turbine there. And then I just go through and create each of those different structures and update that there. And what you see here now is I've got this structure is being added to the tree. And you can drop this down and I can see that those 3 parameters that I put in there are there. And you can see when I click on one of the parameters in here, it also shows up elsewhere. So that is pointing out the same underlying data. So I've got multiple structures showing the same data there, all of which is managed through this kind of change controlled process. So if I change, say I change the efficiency again here, down to 39%, that changes everywhere that's referenced. So obviously you can't really see the difference when I'm clicking them. The actual path to that parameter changes, but it is 39 wherever it's referred to. That's really helpful in lots of different ways. It allows you as different teams to work in parallel and to create these different structures that are useful for your purposes. So in this case, it was the performance team. They wanted to be able to do an analysis and just collect that subset of data together rather than having to pull the whole BOM together. But a different team might have different structures that they can build. And they could do that work in parallel, but then at a later date, merge everything back together to make sure that we're all working off of the same baseline, we're all working off the same actual occurrences of that data. Just to give you an indication of what's actually happening. So this UI is built on top of some bare bones API that runs in the background that you can also access. So if you wanted to program some other tool, so say you had some automated analysis process, you can just simply make some web calls and you get that raw data out as JSON files, in fact, and use it in your own way to be really, really flexible. And that's everything I have to show to you today. I hope that was helpful.